We sent out some very cool fish this previous week to some new customers and some existing customers, some up in Auckland and some down South Island. Now this has allowed us to open up the tank, introduce new tank mates, bring in a new design, new collection of fish, and what's cool is we're starting to see all of our new species starting to come through and become available for sale. So this is a really exciting time for us. We've got just shy of 70 species of fish, and we're looking at being able to maintain and to be providing a large individual of each species at all times, so that when a person sets up a new tank, they're able to go bang, whole tank design. Now that's quite difficult, and it's been very trying to be able to get it to that system that you don't have lots of one fish and none of other fish. It's the logistics of it's quite difficult, but we're finally getting there in terms of producing the best quality fish. And what that's allowed us is we can now start to selectively breed for certain traits. We've seen a massive improvement in coloration of females, and now we're going to start working on that reciprocal coloration of males increase, working on the sulfur head so that we get that blaze really popping. And this is quite cool to reach that point, that's now our focus. We've got everything else in place, and now we can start to improve on the lines. So this is something that has been my goal for ages, and we're finally getting to that point. What is quite cool to note is that we were able to send all our fish out over this previous weeks, and some of them arrived overnight after a heavy frost. I didn't do my due diligence and check that there was no frosts, sent them out anyway, and bang, great news from customers. All the fish arrived in excellent health. So this really goes back to our benchmark of making sure that fish are leaving in the best condition, great packaging to ensure that even if a frost is happening, where realistically when you get down to those lower temperature degrees, there is no heat pack that's going to keep the body of water warm. It just doesn't happen once it gets to like 0 degrees. So it's really cool to hear that our fish all arrived in great health. They showcase the great ability to be able to hit the tank running and to look really good right from the start. Customers are all happy with the quality, so that's fantastic, really good feedback. So thank you for those that gave that feedback. One last tip, just when it comes to the releasing of fish that have been cold overnight, our suggestion is open up the bag, cup of water in, straight in. I wouldn't worry too much about making the temperature go up too extreme or too quickly. It's more about dropping the temperature in a shock. Most of our tests that we've noticed is you can do that pretty easily without the fish becoming affected at all. So hopefully you've enjoyed this information. Thanks for watching. Some obviously new fish that will become available this week. Enjoy. Creating natural looking aquariums that are easy to maintain.